So, you're telling me two countries, thousands of miles apart, are having a disagreement? Groundbreaking. I thought world peace was trending. But seriously, Iran and Israel, it's like that awkward family dinner that's been going on for decades, only with more missiles. And let's be honest, everyone's secretly waiting for someone to flip the table. The question is, who grabs the nuclear gravy boat first? Because, spoiler alert, Iran's been eyeing the nuclear option like it's the last avocado at brunch, and you know how that goes. So, what's the deal? Well, according to some, Israel kicked things off by politely reminding Iran that their nuclear facilities exist with bombs. Apparently, Prime Minister Netanyahu felt Iran was getting a little too close to building a weapon. You know, the kind that makes everyone rethink their life choices. He even said it was to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's survival. Dramatic much. I mean, couldn't they just send a strongly worded letter? Iran, naturally, responded with their own fireworks display, targeting, they claim, military-industrial centers, because nothing says peaceful intentions like blowing stuff up. Of course, this tit-for-tat situation is about as stable as a toddler with a sugar rush. The Middle East? Calm? Never heard of her. We're talking potential regional war, people. Think Game of Thrones, but with less dragons and more, well, you know, real-world consequences. And the U.S.? Oh, they're just standing awkwardly in the corner, claiming they weren't invited to the initial bombing party. But, like, totally supporting Israel with missile interception. It's like saying, I didn't start the fire, but here's a fire extinguisher. Here's the kicker, the part where your jaw officially meets the floor. Remember that Iran nuclear deal? The one everyone thought was a good idea? Yeah, well, Trump pulled out of it faster than I leave a bad date. Increased sanctions, broken negotiations, the whole shebang. Now, Iran's closer to building a nuke than ever. Coincidence? I'll let you decide while I refill my tinfoil hat. Iran insists their nuclear program is for peaceful purposes. Sure, Jan, like my New Year's resolution to eat healthier. But Israel, and frankly most of the world, isn't buying it. They fear Iran might weaponize their program, you know, just in case. And here's the paradox. These attacks might actually encourage Iran to build a bomb, because nothing says deterrent like a shiny new nuclear weapon. Think about it. North Korea, Libya, nuclear weapons are basically seen as a life insurance policy for regimes these days. A very, very destructive one. Netanyahu's vowing to continue this operation until Iran's nuclear threat is eliminated. For as many days as it takes, he says, which sounds ominous, to say the least. He even addressed the Iranian people directly, trying to distinguish between them and their government. Smooth move, bro. But let's be real. These attacks are probably just fueling anti-Israel sentiment within Iran and empowering the hardliners. Go figure. So, where does this leave us? In a highly volatile situation ripe for miscalculation and further escalation. Basically, Tuesday in the Middle East. Will Iran use a nuclear weapon? That's the million-dollar question. Or, you know, the multi-billion-dollar end-of-the-world question. Honestly, nobody knows. But the fact that we're even asking is concerning. Like, should probably start stockpiling canned goods concerning. Iran's power comes from a mix of things. Oil, strategic location, and a healthy dose of don't mess with us attitude. They're a major player in the region, with influence in places like Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen. Basically, they're the puppet master of the Middle East. And they're not afraid to flex their muscles, especially when they feel threatened, which, let's be honest, is pretty much all the time. So, will they go nuclear? It's a gamble, a big radioactive gamble, one that could have global consequences. But, hey, at least it would make for a really interesting history textbook, assuming there are any history textbooks left. In conclusion, Iran and Israel are locked in a nuclear tango. The U.S. is awkwardly third-wheeling, and the rest of the world is just trying not to get stepped on. It's a mess, a complicated, dangerous, potentially world-ending mess. But hey, at least it's not boring, right? So, what have we learned? Well, diplomacy is overrated. Nuclear weapons are apparently the new black, and the Middle East is still the Middle East. The takeaway? Buckle up, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride. And maybe invest in a good fallout shelter, just in case. Now, if you enjoyed this delightful dose of existential dread, do me a solid. Hit that subscribe button. Or don't. Honestly, at this point, what difference does it make? We're all doomed anyway. But seriously, subscribing helps. It validates my crippling need for attention. And maybe, just maybe, keeps me from joining the doomsday preppers. So, click that button. You know you want to. And who knows, maybe I'll even explain the intricacies of North Korean politics next. Fun for the whole family. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay cynical, stay informed, and stay away from anything glowing green.